Welcome back to the Daily Dean. So this is a video that goes in tandem with the one I posted yesterday about the difference between sex and gender, and among other things. And I didn't get to talk about everything that I wanted to talk about, but I also noticed that somebody disliked it, and this is kind of a really silly thing because like, oh, who cares if somebody dislikes your videos, Dean? But what I talked about was I realized that I might not have hit all the bases that I wanted to, and that I might have hurt somebody that I was trying to advocate for and help. So if you have an opinion to share or a perspective to share that I might not have been aware of, I'll be really grateful to have that shared with me down below, or if you're one of my classmates, then you know my email and stuff. But point being, if you have your own perspective to share, I'd be glad to hear it. So that out of the way, off my conscience, let's talk about gender and sexuality. So imagine you are transgender and you are attracted to a sex that is not your own. So you were assigned male at birth and you're attracted to females and women, except you transition to start presenting femininely, but you're still attracted to women. Somebody who is a lesbian transgender woman is just as valid as a heterosexual male, right? And just because they used to present masculinely does not make them less valid or their sexuality void, because they still like are attracted to the same women. It's attracted to the same sex. It just means that they're not presenting differently, but it doesn't. It shouldn't influence how we validate their sexuality. If you are in that kind of category that you feel like you're unvalid for being attracted to the same sexes before and after you came out, I feel like I'm just telling you, you're valid, bro. No worries. Homie, whatever, right? I think bro might be dysphoric to other people, but I feel like I use it gender neutrally, so whoopsies. So, anyways, point being, sexuality does not have to be codependent on your gender, except, I guess the label might change, because then you're lesbian, transgender woman, which would not be the same as if you were a heterosexual male, but anyways, that out of the way there, that's one of the topics that I wanted to bring up, because I've heard that tossed around like, oh, you're not a real woman because you're still attracted to women. Like, no, people are still women because they identify as a woman. So if you transition, that doesn't make you less of a woman, and it doesn't change, and your sexuality is still valid. So that's point made. So now, talking about presentation, right? Your presentation might not also be the same as your gender. Like, for example, if I have stereotypically long hair that is typically associated with femininity. Maybe not as much today as it used to be, but I still get I've mentioned this before. I still get mentions about how it's kind of girly, or I get told "Hi, ma'am" or something like that by accident, right? Innocent misgendering. But if you accidentally present yourself in a way that other people use to invalidate your gender, for example, if you are a transgender man, meaning that you used to present femininely, but you still enjoy wearing dresses, wear that dress. Do what makes you happy. Other stuff related to that. Because if you're somebody, the way that society dictates it's kind of an interesting dynamic. If we're all trying to, fit into the bin of male, female, feminine, masculine, there are things that we associate with that. Dresses being one thing that's feminine. What's like a masculine form of clothing? Suits, right? Suits can be classified as masculine, but going into one or the other, that doesn't necessarily mean, like, they don't necessarily correlate to your validity of your gender. So let me give this is how I've had it shared with me. If you're a transgender man, but you enjoy, once again, this means that you used to present femininely, and now you now identify or you now present yourself masculinely. It does not necessarily invalidate your gender or your identity to say you want to wear a dress just because, like, this is something that you left behind. If you're happy wearing your dress, that doesn't make you less of a man. That doesn't make you less manly or whatever. Clothes have no label. That is a great way of putting it. A suit is not manly. A suit is not, blank, blank, blank. But if it makes you feel better wearing it, or you liked wearing dresses, you should be able to do that stuff free without any people pushing it onto you. or without any people judging you for it. So I guess point being, clothes have no labels. Wear what you want. Clothing and body types that make you happy should be able to make you happy without judgment. So that is now one other thing. The way you present yourself is not necessarily an indicator of your sexuality either. So you can't assume somebody's sexuality just based off the way they look. And that's because they don't necessarily correlate with each other. So you don't really know what somebody's experiencing or what somebody feels unless you ask them. So you shouldn't try assuming what other people are enjoying or what other people find happiness from or what other people identify as or orient themselves with. So that's basically it, and that's all I have to share. So once again, if you disagree with anything that I said, I would appreciate it if you contacted me, or if you put down a little comment below, or I'll put my email. I'll put down my email I made when I was 10 years old, and you can contact that because I don't use it a lot. So basically that. If you're not comfortable with sharing something in the comments below, so thank you, and that's all. So bye.